Thank you very much for having me here. I'm Sandeep Sharma from Tech Mahindra, heading global portfolio for 5G RAN and ORAN network services. Today's topic of discussion, ORAN, is pretty interesting topic, and particularly I am very excited about this topic. Reason being, we at Tech Mahindra have already contributed significantly in ORAN deployments in different parts of the world, either in terms of POCs or the commercial rollouts. If you look at the network transformation that has happened in terms of openness and what we foresee beyond 2022 as well, it's going to evolve in a much faster pace. But before going to details of it, let's understand how the traditional networks are deployed and how it is done in the open RAN networks. If you particularly consider the RAN part of traditional networks, the radio and the basebands are tightly coupled with a closed interface, with a proprietary baseband in place. Well, in case of your open end philosophy, the interface between the radio and the baseband is open. Open means like radio could be from one vendor, baseband could be from another vendor, and within the baseband itself, there's a disaggregation of hardware and software CUDU split is also making a significant contribution in terms of different efficiencies that ORAN brings in. If you look at different benefits that ORAN bring in terms of four verticals, I can summarize it. First, the flexibility. Since lot many players are coming in with the different architecture options of disaggregating the software and the hardware and different placements of the network functions in terms of CUs and DUs, you can deploy the architecture the way you like. And it will help the operators to realize different use cases as well. Second, the innovation is an important aspect that will bring in. Since not many things are getting converted into software functions, you can easily transform things with a more innovative way. Finally, a third one is the automation. Since not many things handle the way the IT worlds are handled, the faster time to market can be achieved. You can automate implementation of functions, implement the integration of features and functionality right from the R&D stage to the production stage much quicker in an automated way. The mix of 5G capabilities and the ORAN flexibilities or the efficiency they bring in, it creates a phenomena of open verse. It will allow many things to realize in a defined way, which was not available in the earlier ways of deploying networks or the earlier technologies. With this transformation happening in the different network components, there are two different, I would say, competencies or expertise that is required. One is the network innovation capabilities in terms of the products and the features that are required. And there's a set of OEMs in terms of trusted vendors and the product vendors and the COTS hardware vendors. They are doing it in terms of the different technologies that can bring in. On top of that, the orchestration layer that is required to make it end-to-end work and automate. But these are the innovations needs to be implemented in the network as well, where there are multiple components coming in from different vendors in terms of softwares, hardwares, and different layers of orchestration. There comes the need of a system integrator, or I would say the continuous integrator, who can stitch things end-to-end, takes an end-to-end ownership, and create new age end-to-end services so that the networks are deployed in a much faster, automated, and efficient way. And we have at Tech Mahindra have in-house developed and invested in a NetOps.ai framework as well for the faster deployment of these networks. So we at Tech Mahindra are actually bridging the gap from the innovation and the implementation. We bridge it and we make the networks realistic in the real world so that multiple benefits can be achieved from that network in terms of scalable deployment, reduced costs in terms of total TCOs, improved velocity in terms of implementing different features and functionalities, and creating the network architectures which are future ready so that the earlier generations are deployed and the future generations can easily be accommodated in the same network architecture. Apart from doing the continuous integration, we also focus on the different aspects of the network component as well. Starting with the ORAN solutions and services, we also focus on the labs as well, so that the things that are going in the field in the production stage are pre-tested, pre-integrated. We already invested heavily in the lab setups across the world so that what different stakeholders can come together. We can pre-verify the stack and make it more resilient in terms of the network to be deployed. Finally, third one, 5G monetization. We also have different use cases realized in terms of private 5G networks, so that if any operator wants to utilize a specific use case, we have a solution available for the better monetization of the 5G assets. We also have a core and OSS network integration transformation services in place to have an end-to-end view, right from the RAN to the core. And we have an automated operations and managed services framework as well in terms of services and the offerings and solutions, so that end-to-end view can be realized in a commercial network, and operators can rely heavily on the benefits of ORAN and 5G together. If you look at the different stages that comes in a technology, right from the nascent stage where it is concept or the incubation stage to the actual network deployed in terms of commercial networks and how it is managed, we at Tech Mahindra are a continuous integrator partner in terms of different offerings that we are available at every stage of the network deployment, right from the stage one, where we get involved with the technology vendors, we help the CSPs in selecting the right technology, designing the right network architecture, to the stage two, where when we move to the trial stage or the POC stage, and we are already involved in multiple geographies with the multiple CSPs and the OEM partners to do the POCs and the trials. These trials helps us in getting an estimate what can be expected out of the commercial networks, and the stacks that are going to be in the production network or the commercial network can be tested beforehand. In a stage 3 of the planning, we also have services available with our in-house capabilities and the platforms where we can plan and dimension the different parts of the network, right from the radio to the end-to-end view of the core and the edge, and make it more efficiently deployed in the commercial network. At the stage 4 of the deployment, where the site infrastructure is actually deployed, we have a SI capability to integrate things end-to-end, get the end-to-end integration testing done, have the NOC setup to be in place, test it, and turn it up for a live rollout. Finally, at stage 5, when the networks are commercially rolled out and it's available for the consumers, we also have the operations services in place where we take care of the operations in the long run, either in terms of managed services, optimization, benchmarking, and the performance engineering. In a way, TechM is a continuous integration partner from the whole life cycle of the technology, right from the incubation till the full deployment in the commercial network. In a summary, TechM is well positioned as a strategic partner in terms of transformation from the legacy technology to the open RAN technology, based on the 4 pillars that we feel. First, the business appetite. We have a strong focus on the technology. As a ORAN, we already invested heavily. We have seen this transition happening much earlier, and we are the first one who invested and who have deployed, helped the operators deploying the commercial networks in ORAN. And we have leveraged the competence that we've built in creating a full technology focus in the organization and towards the CSPs. We are driving projects across multiple dimensions of the network cycle, right from the design phase to the actual implementation and to the operations. We have the in-house platforms like NetOps.ai for the end-to-end lifecycle management of ORAN. We have a multi-vendor alliance in place so that the interop issues can be sorted out in a much faster way. And we have an ability to drive the objectives globally. Fourth one, basically, we have a global expertise, but we also have a local presence in different parts of geographies. We easily understand and deploy the things in a localized form wherever it is required for any specific geography. On top of it, we are also contributing significantly in terms of ORAN alliances. We are a member. TIP in various projects within TIP, we have participated, and we are also a member of ONAP. In a whole, we provide the services, we help in nurturing the technology, and we work with the various organizations to make it work for the future networks. If you have any questions around it, feel free to connect with me. I'm happy to help and explore the ways how can I support you in the future transformation of your network. Thanks.